Hi guys, welcome back. Oh, it's Kleenex experiment part 2. So I have a heart mold. It is a big one. So about 6 and change inches or 15 and change centimeters by about the same. So it's not small. I got this in a set of mini molds. There's a big deep heart like this. There's a big deep square, big deep hexagon, I believe, a skull, a mushroom mold, and then a bunch of little flat sea life molds. It's very cool. So I will link that down in El Descripciones para ti. So there's a hair on my board and it's bugging me. Sorry. Anywho, what I'm going to do is put Kleenex in resin again. I am going to add my homemade metallic alcohol ink to my 5 ounces of Fuitum 1:1, just to give the base a little bit of a color, you know, give some visual interest. So let's do it. Go into Kermit mode. Put on my green gloves. And, oh gosh. Alrighty, so let's shake up our ink. I'm going to move that out of the way so I can move this over here so you can see what I'm doing. How about that? Yeah, good idea. Squirt. And I'm just going to stir that in. I'm not going to put a whole big, huge bunch of it. You know, I just want a little bit of color, not a big, huge, massive amount. But this is, you know, a healthy portion of resin, so I will need a bit to change the color. So get that stirred in, just like any alcohol ink. I want to make sure that it's stirred in really well. Ooh, what a lovely dusky pink. A little bit more. Scrape around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. And I'm not worried about bubbles in this layer because it's going to be the bottom. So, just getting that mixed up. What I do want to do, doodly-do, is spray a little bit or the whole in there, just to, because, you know, straight sides, try to mitigate bubbles. All right, so let's go ahead and get this poured in. Ooh, pretty. Shiny. So shiny. I'm really glad that I figured out a way to make this ink myself, because I was looking at commercial like rainbow alcohol inks and things like that, and my goodness, they are very proud of those products. So I figured I'd make my own, and I'm glad that I did. All right, next step, the shoving of the Kleenex. I have 3 here. I am using both plies. So I'm just going to, you know what, I'm going to, kind of like I did with the dryer sheet, I'm just going to sort of smoosh it up into like a rose-like shape. more or less. And then just place it down. And this will give me the opportunity to get them all in there and then move them around as I see fit. So there we go. Now back to the big blue stick. And I'm just going to get everybody down in there, everybody in the pool. And I was really surprised. I know that a couple of other people said that they were. I was really surprised that the Kleenex didn't disintegrate in the resin. So that was a nice little bonus that it didn't do that. But it gave some really cool effects. So, yeah, that's always a good thing, right? Experimenting with positive result. You can see it's soaking up that resin, which is a good thing. It will continue to do so until there is no more to soak up, or it cures first. So, yeah. And I'm actually just digging that the way that it is. Boom. Just like that. Look at that. Isn't that neat? That's actually really cool. I like that. And there is going to be quite a profile on this. Because, you know, it stands proud of the resin quite a bit. But we know that when we pour more resin on it, it will flatten down a little bit. So we will wait for that to happen in our next step. So pretty short and sweet for this first step. Just going to wait for that to cure, and then we will come back and figure out what we want to do with it next. If we want to dust it, if we want to squirt it with alcohol ink and see if it absorbs, or, you know, what we want to do. So I will see you soon. Hello, I'm back. So this is not completely cured yet, but it's cured enough for me to put the mica powder that I'm going to use on it. And I'm putting it on there when it's still a little bit sticky, so hopefully it'll stick better, so it doesn't float as badly as it would if I put it on there when it was completely cured. So I'm just going to dust the tops, essentially. I've just got a big, fluffy, old makeup brush here that I'm just going to go through and just kind of pounce on. All right, so I have 6 ounces of my Fooey Tim 1-to-1 that I have been letting sit just to sort of debubble itself, which it has very successfully. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour this over the top. And because the bottom layer hasn't completely cured, I'm hoping that that will keep me from getting too much of a wetness line between the 2 layers. end up having to go in with a little bit more because there are still a few little points that are a little bit proud of the surface still. Just a little bit. So I shall do that. One moment. Okay, so I have 2 more ounces here, just about. And I'm just making sure that I have it mixed up really well. So I'm just going to add that. Okay, and that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tiny torch. And we will wait and see. Ta-da. Yeah, got all those little pointy points sticking up, so yay! So I will see you guys back when it's time to demold. See you soon. All right, it is time to demold our heart. And see how the Kleenex worked in such a delicate manner. So, oof, this is a hoss. So you can see how delicate that came out. And the bottom is just gorgeous. I mean, it's obviously the bottom, but you can see this through the sides. We did have some bubbles because of the Kleenex, obviously, but you know, we were expecting that. But look at that. Beautiful, dainty, very chiffon looking with those light colors. That is stunning. I want to get a piece of darker background just to see what it looks like. Yeah, see? Look how pretty that looks. Just very subtle, very pretty, just very... It looks like chiffon fabric to me. I love it. I hope you guys love it too. So let me know what you think. Thank you so much for being here, and I really hope that you're enjoying these experiments. Let me know down in the comments what else you want me to try. Thanks again, and I will see you next time. Take care. Cheers.